Welcome to So Bad It's Good. Today is a monumentous day. Not only is it my birthday, thank you, please hold your applause. Sit down, this is YouTube, please. But we've been waiting what seems like 100,000 years. We finally got the Real Housewives of Orange County Season 17 trailer. Okay, now this is premiering June 7th. On Bravo. It cannot come soon enough. That is going to be Wednesdays. And I want you to really think about that. Wednesdays, June 7th. What does that tell us? That tells us that Vanderpump Rules will be over, or they will, that will be some of the reunion right at June 7th. My prediction is that they will have the last reunion on June 7th. And then tag on OC with it. That's my prediction. Who knows if I'm correct, but just mentally prepare yourself to leave Scandival and go to the very, very sunny, perhaps politically backwards Orange County to visit all of our old friends in the OC. Now we're going to go through this trailer. It's 2 minutes of goodness, but we gotta talk about it before we start, in the sense of, what did you guys think? Drop it in the comments what you think. But my overall reaction was what I've been talking about on the show. Now, I heard a while back that they had this trailer done for quite a while, and that it was okay, that it was okay. We're excited to have Tamra back. It's great to see Shannon back. I always say it's like that first day of going back to school after the summer break, and you get to see all your old friends and you're really excited to see how they look, how they've changed. And then you settle in and see what actually the season is. Now, this, of course, is just teasing the season. But, what did we get from this? There was a lot of screaming, a lot of yelling. My initial reaction is, I'm going to watch the entire season, of course. And so are you. But it didn't have those moments. There were moments that I personally enjoyed, like John Jansen popping up. I just enjoyed a John Jansen scene with Shannon Bedore. And of course, you had the very end, the jump scare with the OG of the OC, Vicky Gunvalson. I mean, that is a living legend, and she really gave us what we were all after, is just an insane scream to add to all of the pantheon of insane screams that she's had up to this date. But it left me wanting more, in terms of, I still don't know what the overall theme is. Now, the naysayer in me is scared, because I get scared that there's not real. I want real stakes. I want real relationships. I don't want people that don't hang out on the off season, and then they throw them together when the cameras go and they're like, okay, just find a way to fight. I want real stakes here. And my hope is that a lot of that stuff was not shown in the trailer, but you're going to see that in the actual season. Now, I feel like OC last season started off strong, and I think it petered out throughout the season. But this is a legendary show. I mean, it's 17 seasons. I had to correct myself. I had to look. I was like, am I really saying season 17? And it really was season 17. This is the first Housewives show, so you have to pay it respect. So let's go through this trailer. We'll start it at some of the moments. And I'm really excited to hear what you guys think about this as well. So here we go. Let me just add this right now. Okay.
Housewives have the most important job in the world.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. Housewives have the most important job in the world. Now, all of a sudden, we realize they're using like a bit. They're using a way to get us into the season. Sometimes I don't prefer these, where they're actually paying homage to the 1950s, this is how to be a housewife. And it has that voice. It has the black and white, stock footage from the 1950s Housewives. So it's clever. But I don't need clever. I want to see real things. So it's cute, but upon second and third viewing, I was like, get rid of this stuff. I want to see the people. So finally, when we see right here in this black and white footage, you finally see Tamra pop up in this montage. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm looking for right here.
Must know how to cook.
It's not supposed to look like that.
Clean and care for her kids.
So we get reintroduced to Gina and Emily. Poor Gina, man. Emily, we see their families and stuff. Gina's had one of the toughest roads to hoe on this OC because she started off as, there was like a casita Gina, and now she's moved to a condo. And then last year she had to really be sucker punched by the enormity of Heather Dubrow's like insane mansion. So I always feel like it's some sort of wish fulfillment for Gina. And Gina seems like an awesome person, but still, even in this trailer, she immediately seems out of place. And that's from a Gina fan. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but we're still in the black and white stock footage.
Hold on. She must be a companion to her husband. Ow! Dress in tasteful attire.
Okay, right there we get introduced once again to Heather and Terry Dubrow. Terry is in a wheelchair, and Heather pushes him into some sort of wall, and he's like, ow! I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Heather and Terry, I really liked seeing them back last season, and it was great, that party at the mansion where they threw away $35,000 worth of sushi, but immediately I had a reaction when they came on screen, and I don't know if it was the best reaction. It was okay. Also, in this black and white, if you're watching this on YouTube right now, you see Emily in this blonde wig, which leads us to believe, because we see many shots of the women in wigs during this trailer, and you come to realize that they must have had a wig night. Now, I always get scared when there is on these Housewives or Summer House, they have themes. Summer House kind of does this the best, but even they can be heavy-handed with it. But I get worried when there's like props and stuff, because I'm like, the real relationship should be enough to carry it. We don't need stock footage of the 50s. We don't need women in wigs. We got some of the best ladies out there. I just want to know about you guys. But we see the wigs. It's all fun. We still have the 1950s music playing.
Drink in moderation.
By the way, Emily just showed her nipple, and it was blacked out or blurred out, so great. And then we're seeing drink in moderation. We're seeing women pound drinks, and I think that is Tamara or Shannon eating whatever that is. That might be a brown. It could be anything, really.
Demonstrate good manners and foster a peaceful...
Okay, Tamara is back, right? And a lot of us really are thankful for that. But then I noticed even in this trailer, Tamara was saying like every line in the book, like she can go fuck a duck, she can da 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 da, and I was like, don't be so concerned with saying the right things at the right time that'll be on the t-shirt. Just be you. I know I might seem negative right now, but I'm truly looking forward to this. But it was just something that I noticed. I don't know if you guys noticed it too, but Tamara is already speaking in talking head speak and t-shirt speak. And I hope that is not the case for the entirety of the season.
Environment.
You're sitting at this table calling me a pussy.
And of course, don't
calling me a pussy!
This season on the...
Okay, we all of a sudden go from black and white, you guys, to the bright colors of OC. The sun is shining, the green grass, the ocean water, and Emily says, this season on Real Housewives of Orange County, and we cut to this shot of Emily, Tamara, and the new lady, which, by the way, you guys, we have a new lady with us. Her name is, I'm getting to it right now, her name is Jennifer Pedronti. Jennifer Pedronti. So remember that name. She is our new housewife, and she pops up a lot in this trailer. So
Housewives of Orange County.
They're running on a slip and slide. Woo! Then all of a sudden we're whitewater rafting. Like, what? Then Emily smashes cake into somebody. Somebody falls on a chair. Shannon slaps Heather Dubrow with some kind of food.
Put your seatbelts on, girls. Go on.
Then this is another worry, you guys. All of a sudden we go to an like a ATV vehicle in the forest area, the forest region, and everybody's in cowboy hats, and I'm like, damn, once again, we don't need these themes. You see, and by the way, we finally we finally get our first appearance of Taylor Armstrong, of course known most from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and of course Girls Trip, but she is now in Sunny OC, and she has a cowboy hat on. Tamara does, but it also makes it harkens back to the Vicky Gunvalson. Remember when they flipped over in the ATV and I thought Vicky broke her neck? It was a harrowing experience for everybody. So all of a sudden we see them in the woods with cowboy hats on. Here we go.
For a wild ride. I'm back, bitches.
Okay, sorry. I cut off Tamara when she said, it's in my asshole, I believe. But we see Tamara, and we see Eddie Judge. Eddie from Cut Fitness. Rest in peace, Cut Fitness. It closes during this season, which I actually am interested in watching that. I'm not like interested in a personal, like I want that place to close, but I think that could potentially be a good storyline of Eddie crying about like around a bunch of free weights or something. But we see Eddie, picking up Tamara. By the way, I think we all think of Eddie and Tamara's most iconic scene is the scene that scares the living shit out of me, is when they take the bubble bath, the sexy bubble bath with the champagne. And I talked about this in the first episode of So Bad It's Good, where you just felt so bad for that cameraman who was like, he was just going to job. He has a family. He's going to a job for the day. And all of a sudden they're like, you're going to be in the bathroom with Tamara and Eddie. They're going to have sexy time and like mood lighting and candles. You're going to watch him strip and try to be sexy underwater in like a mini tub. And I just always felt bad for that guy, because you could see him in like you could probably I can just picture how he looks, like a t-shirt, little paunch belly, probably some cargo shorts, and he's just like, what the hell has happened to my life? But anyway, she's like, I'm back, bitches. How many times in Housewives shows have we heard that line? I feel like we could have a supercut of Housewives going, I'm back, bitches. Is that something that they make the Housewives say when they come back? Anyways, we get Tamara saying it right here.
You're an entrepreneur.
I'm just trying to make sure you're happy, Mark.
If yoga
Wait, why? And all of a sudden that, I mean, that's real. I didn't expect to see Mark Cuban from Shark Tank. Mark Cuban talking to Heather Dubrow, and I'm like, what is Heather Dubrow? What are we selling? What is Heather selling this? Every year, Heather is selling something. Like, is it going to be leeches this year? Is it some kind of new, like a Ozempic, like a Terry Zempic or something? But to see Mark Cuban all of a sudden pop up, I'm like, damn, like, I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm like, is Mark okay? Or is this like a get for, I'm very confused. But also then we get Jennifer Pendretti, the new cast member, here in this footage right here.
can give me a Jennifer body. Well, she has fake boobs.
Get in there, motorboat.
Okay, they're riding a bull, going into the water.
Woman and a human.
You are good at the cheesy stuff.
I don't mean to be cheesy.
I am over everything.
Okay, so that was Gina telling the new cast member, you're good at the cheesy stuff, because Jennifer Pendretti gave Gina a compliment. And if somebody gives Gina a compliment, I think Gina should just be like, oh, wow, thank you. But she's like, you are good at the cheesy stuff. And then we see Gina, we cut to a scene with her in bed where she's talking about being over something.
Don't say you're over things that you're not.
You're going to.
Okay, she says she's being over something. And then Travis, are they engaged now? Or Travis, like a shy, gentle king, he's wearing a baseball cap in bed. I admire. And he's like, he's got such a tiny voice. He's like, you're saying you're very tired of. And then we cut to Gina and Heather Dubrow in a muddy SUV, or muddy ATV.
Drive him away with that.
Do you guys want to get married?
So wait, right there, what happened is that Heather Dubrow said, you're going to drive him away with that. And Gina was crying. So obviously there must be trouble in paradise with baseball hat Travis. And then all of a sudden we cut to John Jansen. I'm John Jansen. John Jansen, if you even look at this, if you're watching that on YouTube, if you look at this man is one of the most contained, angry men I've ever seen in my life. I've met him at BravoCon, very nice, but I felt like with any wrong move, he was going to karate chop me. And I always feel like there's an intense rage inside John Jansen where he always just wants to scream out, I'm John Jansen! I'm John Jansen! And him and Shannon Bedore together, cute couple, right? But I think they're one of those couples that professionally drink together, and maybe it's good that they're separated, because remember that wedding, the renewal ceremony of Bronwyn Wyndham Burke and her husband at the time. They did that renewal ceremony, which obviously didn't take, and they just kept walking back to their hotel room with their kids, going into the bathroom, getting ice and pouring tequila. And I was like, those guys are professional drinkers. I've seen it before. They just drink probably from like 2 p.m. It's 5 p.m. somewhere, and they just start. Anyways, we see John Jansen right here, and all of a sudden questions start to arise about their relationship, reminding you that they broke up after cameras went down. Boo, John Jansen, boo!
Everyone can talk about my relationship. I'm out. Stop with it.
Okay, so in this scene, Shannon was like, everybody can talk about nobody can talk about my relationship. And she has this horrible Dee Snider crimped hair. Dee Snider, of course, from the heavy metal band Twisted Sister from the 80s. And she's like, I'm out. Which, by the way, now we're such a sophisticated audience. We're so used to housewives walking out on things and a cameraman walking towards them in dim lighting of like, I'm out. I tell you, everybody's talking about my relationship.
I'm not a crazy person. What are you doing right now?
My favorite thing.
I heard that you had an affair.
Is he a cheater? Yes. Has he been faithful to you?
I'm excited.
Okay, so real quick, I think that was a little bit blurry, but that was Jennifer Pendrati talking about her relationship. And I love there was a quick cut to her husband or boyfriend grabbing the meat of her buttocks, grabbing her butt. And then they had that little quick conversation in cowboy hats where, it's like, have you been faithful to has he been faithful to you? And she says he has not. Have you been faithful to him? And then we cut to him with a volleyball all ripped up like he's in Top Gun or something. So I think they're wanting us to know that this guy has abs. This guy's dangerous. Women like this guy. Then we cut to Jennifer and Tamara in this car.
I'm excited to meet your friends.
Hey!
Hi! For you.
Okay, so that was the big arrival of Taylor Armstrong with Tamara saying, I want you to meet my friend to Jennifer Pendrati, and they open the door, and it's Taylor flippin' Armstrong. Iconic, legendary, great appearance on Girls Trip Season 2, but can she bring it here? We cut to Taylor Armstrong in a cowboy hat.
Did talk my career? You.
You're a liar, you're a liar, you're a liar, you're a liar! Here are we coming on.
Okay, so Heather Dubrow says, did she shit talk my career? And then we cut to Tamara going, you're a liar, you're a liar, you're a liar, you're a liar, you're a liar. Very loud and animated. And Shannon Bedore says, you're becoming unhinged. They're obviously on a boat. In this freeze frame shot here, Emily looks like she potentially is seasick, but who knows?
Hey, wait, I thought we were friends. I guess I was wrong. It's just a mess.
Okay, that was Emily Simpson in a bad wig. Must have been that wig party day, whatever episode that will be, talking to Heather Dubrow, also in a bad wig, but it's probably a bad, expensive wig for Heather. And she's like, I thought you were my friend, but I was wrong. And she's crying towards Heather Dubrow. And then we cut to a separate clip of Shannon Bedore crying in a red dress of like something like, everything's a mess.
This has nothing to do with me.
She should watch herself.
You wanna
I'm gonna watch it?
You wanna come on?
Being a housewife is a challenging,
You did look like a wheel trainer.
demanding,
You and I pinky promised.
and thankless job.
You can hold one hand out and the other and see which one fills up with apology first.
Okay, so there was a lot that just happened in that section. I don't really know. There's just a lot more wig work. We have a luncheon of some sort at a table on the beach. It looks like, with all the ladies screaming at each other. Tamara throws a napkin, I believe, in Jennifer Pendrati's face. That's the other thing, too. So you got Tamara going, liar, 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 liar. I'm back, bitches, throwing a thing. And I just hope these are all rooted in some sort of reality. I hate to be a buzzkill, but you want things that are rooted in reality. So I hope it just doesn't, it's not all of a sudden where Tamara's like, why did she just throw that napkin? Why is she screaming that loud? I hope it's all grounded in some sort of, foundational where you're like, oh, this is based on real relationships. That's what I really hope. And then we cut to Gina saying some malarkey that nobody can understand, and I believe it was Jennifer Pendrati giving her a look like, what the hell did you just say?
So at the end of the day, always make sure to put your best face forward.
Oh! Oh my God, you guys. So then it cuts back to the 1950s. So always put your best face forward. And then there's a knock at the door. They cut to a door. The door opens and Vicky goes, ah, and screams, which is a very legendary Vicky thing to do. But it was a great way to end the trailer. But it's also the way they end a lot of the trailers for like the Conjuring movies. It's like a very jump scare. If you saw that in the movie theater, you'd piss yourself. So this was great. What did you guys think about it? I'm really excited to have this back on June 7th, Wednesday. I think it looks as good as I think we can hope. I don't know. there is something missing, but I hope that is cleared up in the actual series. But it was very exciting. We've been promised this trailer, and this trailer has been talked about for so damn long, and we finally got it. So most importantly, what do you guys think? Will you be watching? I'm sure you will be, but I hope we have a great season, and I hope bringing back Tamra, having Vicky as a friend of, having Taylor Armstrong there. I mean, it seems like they're throwing everything at the ceiling, so hopefully it really, really pays off. I also wanted to show you or tell you from the Bravo website some of the bios. Jennifer Pendrati, it says, brought into the group through Tamra, new housewife and yoga studio owner Jennifer Pendrati is a mother of 5, with children ranging from 5 to 18. A strong advocate for fostering children and animals, she recently adopted her youngest child, Dominic. She is currently navigating her recent split from her husband, Will, who runs her family business as they share a home. Her alleged affair with her new boyfriend and Cut Fitness member, Ryan. We've got a Cut Fitness connection? I should have read this before I did. The Cut Fitness member Ryan has been the subject of the gossip mill in town. Her friendship with Tamra is put to the test as she is forced to explain the rumors and confront difficult truths. So now we know what that little scene in the trailer meant. Emily's bio says, with her husband Shane. By the way, the Shane erasure in this trailer is uncalled for. We need Shane. We need Emily's husband Shane so desperately. We've finally grown to accept him, kind of like we did with PK. I need some Shane scenes. He is now working as a full-time lawyer, or at least he's telling Emily that. No, just Emily fulfills her dream of being a stay-at-home mom. That's not funny. As she supports Annabelle's modeling aspirations while continuing to help the wrongly convicted as part of the California Innocence Project. In a turn of events, Emily reconnects with Tamra, and the two develop a close friendship after working through their tumultuous past. Never leaving room for unanswered questions, she seeks the truth from all of her friends, but she finds herself in hot water with Shannon and Heather when she shares her own opinions. Okay, that's interesting. Now, Gina and her boyfriend Travis, just boyfriend, join forces in real estate. Watch out, selling Sunset and selling OC. Gina's on the case, hoping to be a dynamic duo. What if they sold just casitas? They just did casita sales. But first she has to pass the exam and get her license. Okay, so she doesn't even have the real estate license yet. When one of the ladies tells a story about infidelity, it sets Gina back emotionally, and she is forced to deal with repressed emotions about her ex's affair. She's informed that her style of friendship is not up to Heather's standards, but as Gina works to prove her loyalty, she feels continually shut down. Gina feels having Tamra back in the group is complicating her bond with the women. And when she gets involved in the chatter about Shannon's relationship, her past comes back to haunt her. What does that even mean? Oh my God, Heather DeBro's twins are off to college. She embraces a new chapter in her life, making more money, I guess. Heather is determined to dive back into her acting career and launch a new business venture, but she questions whether she can accomplish it. Planning for the future, Harry and her husband Terry get a penthouse in Los Angeles. With the ladies, Heather lands herself in the middle of a Tamra-Shannon feud, but when they finally reconcile, she wonders where she fits in between their friendship. Now, Shannon Bedore, she's trying to keep the positive energy, it says. Once Tamra and Shannon clear the air, it makes way for the Tres Amigas to reunite. Wow. It's like the Beatles coming back together. As the OG of the OC, Vicky Gunvalson joins for the fun tequila and keg stands. When the group brings up concerns about the status of her relationship with John Jansen, Shannon continually reassures them everything's fine. The spotlight on her relationship makes Shannon question who she can trust in the group. As the whispers become louder, things quickly take a turn for the worse during a long weekend in Mexico as she struggles to keep her relationship afloat. And now Tamra Judge is back after a 2-year hiatus with a new perspective and is ready to repair a few broken friendships. After almost 10 years in business, Tamra and her husband Eddie closed their beloved gym, Cut Fitness. Tamra comes in hot, and her reconciliation with Shannon does not go as planned. Tamra's holding everyone accountable, especially her friend Jennifer Pendrati, but when the narrative doesn't add up, it leads to some explosive confrontations. I'm very reassured that they did not mention anything about Schwartz, 2 T's in the pod. And with her new friend, Freddie Mellencamp, they're ready to turn the OC into one of the podcasting hubs of the United States of America. Anywho, folks, that was Real Housewives of Orange County, June 7th. We will be talking about it on this show, so get ready, and I'm excited. I'll talk to you guys next time.